For members of the media in the call, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Assistant Head Coach Trooper Taylor. Coach Taylor, I believe you're on the line. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Thank you for asking, and we appreciate you joining us on the call here. So before we get to questions from the media, could you get started with a opener on your expectations and outlook for this season?
You know, we're really excited about the group of kids that we have. They've really done a great job, and we got through camp fairly clean. But I think just to carry over from the bowl game, I know a lot of people talk about that, but it's really a big, huge deal for the young guys to be able to get the reps that they got. It was almost like having an extra spring, being able to put those guys through practices and things that we needed for them to be able to do to show us that, you know, they're maturing and able to make that transition from a redshirt year to their sophomore year or whatever the case may be. So it allowed us to develop some depth, and then it carried over, obviously, into spring and then into the summer. So we're excited about the team that we got. We got a lot of holes that we have to fill, particularly on the offensive line. That we're trying to get straight, but we are excited about the opportunities that are presented in front of us, and we're really looking forward to, you know, it's kind of like Christmas, you know, we finally get to play with the toys that we got. We've been watching them and seeing them in spring against each other, but now to see them against somebody else and actually see what this football team is going to be about, because each coach will tell you every team has its own identity. So we're just excited about this upcoming season.
Well, Merry Christmas to you as well, Ben. So going into this is now your 4th year at Arkansas State. What's really been the transition like from joining this program and now going into your 4th season with Coach Anderson?
It's been phenomenal. I've been better than blessed because the opportunity that arose for me here, you know, obviously being a coach, my family was a big part of my reason for being here, because my son's actually on the team and my daughter's a point guard on the basketball team and my wife's a professor here. So that's been phenomenal for us because, you know, as a coach, the restraints it puts on you with family and stress, and so being able to have them around and be a part of that has been smooth. Really love it. Enjoy being able to see them on a daily basis and being around them, and then obviously coaching with Coach Anderson. He and I were teammates at Baylor a long time ago, and you know, I gave him a hard time when we were teammates about the mullet that he had, and now he gives me a hard time about being bald. So it's been refreshing to be here together, you know, on the same staff. But who'd have thought 20 years ago that we'd end up being on the same staff coaching together? And so it's really been a smooth transition, and I've really enjoyed my time here at Arkansas State here in Jonesboro. It's a great community. They love ball, and they win championships, and they graduate players. I don't know what else you would want. You know, obviously that's a big part of being a coach. You love to win, and obviously you want to see your players graduate and then, you know, watch them go on and to become better men from being around you.
So looking ahead at the game against Nebraska, what has really stood out to you about the Cornhuskers on film as you prepare for that opener?
You know, just looking at their defense, they are huge. Obviously, they got a great head coach in Mike Riley, who's won over 100 games and has coached in the NFL as well as college. And, you know, when the coordinators that he has, that he's got on the team there, obviously are very experienced. But when you look at their size, it's amazing, you know, especially on that defensive front, too, on both sides of the ball. O-line and D-line, they're huge. And, you know, I know they're athletic. We watch, obviously, some game tape, as much tape and film as we were able to see, but that's the thing that's impressive is just the size of them. And then, you know, we have to come and play a team with the tradition that they have. You know, I was able to go there when I was at Baylor and seen the big red machine in effect, and nothing's changed but the address for me. I already know going into that how the fans are. I mean, they were probably out of a lot of places I've been, but they were one of the most knowledgeable fans that I've ever seen. You know, they were on point when time to make noise, and they were smart enough not to make noise when their offense was on the field. But when your offense was out there, you might as well be playing with earplugs. I mean, because of how loud it is. So they obviously, you know, present us with a challenge because we have to go there. You don't get to see them play a game, so both teams are trying to really figure out, what you're going to get. But at the same time, you're going into a place that's full of tradition that has won a lot and, again, have great coaches and really good players. So, we see the quarterback that is transferred in, and, that's going to give them obviously some depth there of being able to make plays and have experience of, running the team. We got to see just a little bit of the spring game, but, nobody runs what you're going to see in a game week in spring game. So I'm sure the reins have been taken off him, and we're just looking forward to just that opportunity. And we've talked to our players about the great traditions that they're about to go into and being a part of that and just embracing that whole deal.
Last question. Have you talked as a team about last year's non-conference schedule and just trying to do something different about this year's schedule to not let last year happen again?
Really, last year's team is gone, and so what we've tried to do is really focus on us. Obviously trying to go through the details of why we ended up the way that we did and make sure that we've changed some things in practice. The approach that we've taken as far as how much tackling, when to pull off tackling, even conditioning-wise, nutrition-wise. We've looked at a lot of different things, even the amount of calls and the different things that we put in going into the beginning of the season. So we've looked at all aspects of that and really try to stay on top of that. But the most important thing for us is to really make sure we try to control us. We're not going to be able to control anything that anybody else does, but it's really important that we get lined up. We know our assignment, and we play with great effort. Those are really the three things that we focused on: alignment, assignment, and effort. Just making sure that we focus on those things and making sure that we don't beat ourselves. There was a lot of mistakes and things that made in those first couple games. But also, when you play teams that are going to present you with a challenge like that, it doesn't do anything but get you better for that conference play and allow you to see really obviously good athletes and good players that give you that experience. That the only way you get it is to be out there going against those guys, and so that's something that it really helped us with. But at the same time, we don't want to just go and compete. We really want to have an opportunity to win, and we think if we go out there and control those three aspects of the game, alignment, assignment, and effort, that it'll give us a chance to be successful and win the game. And so that's kind of the things that we've been focusing on.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and best of luck in the first game against Nebraska.
I appreciate you guys having us, and I really would like to say that today's a big day for Coach Anderson and his wife. She's having surgery, and that's why he wasn't here for the conference call, and any prayers that could go up for her, for Wendy Anderson. She's actually having her surgery today at 12, and so I'd really like for the people out there, just fans of football and period, just to say a quick prayer for Miss Anderson. I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, we will most certainly keep her in our prayers and thoughts. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a blessed day. Take care.